I would say the Steel Series.
Steel Series, honestly.
Steel Series.
I'd definitely sit with the Steel Series.
By far.
Definitely Steel Series.
If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Gamers prefer our headsets. Find out why at SteelSeries.com.
So, welcome everybody to the Go Champions League game between HellRaisers and Team Property. I'm the Boo from Germany and you are tuning into my very own channel. So welcome. I will host a few giveaways after that game, so stay tuned. Don't disconnect right after the game has ended, because there is a few skins to be picked up by you. Let's talk about HellRaisers and Property for a second. HellRaisers obviously exchanged Flamey with Moo. Flamey moved on to play for Na'Vi, and he's been quite successful in his new team over there. But Moo is still a prospect player, at least in my opinion. He's got quite some talent to boast with, and I think he can do some damage with HellRaisers. Maybe he gets them the spark back that they have been missing in ESL 1 Katowice, for example. They didn't quite do as good as, all the HellRaisers fans hoped. Even though they can do as good, they just simply can't at the moment. So HellRaisers played against GGWP in the Game Show League number 2. They have won 16-1 on this too, but they were already eliminated in the groups with 2 losses against Virtus Pro and Mouse Sports. So HellRaisers are out of the groups of the Game Show League number 2, and currently they are sitting at a record of 0-4. 0 wins and 4 losses in the Go Champions League, so they have some making up to do. They have lost against Dignitas, for example, with an 8-16 scoreline on Mirage and a 13-16 on Cash. And Property wins the 9th round now on Inferno, the first map. The second map will be Mirage, and obviously Property starts on the CT side. It is the easiest side, as we have seen so many times already. And even though, like for example on maps like Cobble or Overpass is one of those maps as well, the tide can be twisted around a little bit in the favor of the terrorists. Just depends on the start of the game. The pist round is of course amazingly important, and the second round kind of got altered a little bit, especially thanks to the update that Valve has shipped 2 weeks ago. They have changed the whole mechanics of the SMGs and the pistols. It's quite interesting to see the teams adapt in the past few matches, especially in the ESL Pro League, which was it was a tournament of the upsets, basically. Na'Vi upsetting Envious, and moving on to the final and play Titan, who overcame TSM over there. So it was a great tournament. Na'Vi came out on top, together with Flamey, who just moved on from HellRaisers to Na'Vi. Of course, the old teammates of Flamey are now trying to get their first win in the Go Champions League. Property is sitting in the 2nd place right now with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses. And it is quite a big number for them. They are probably qualified for the playoffs already if nothing majorly happens to them. Now let's head into the pist round, as Property on the CT side, of course, go for the first peek in middle, but they don't spot anyone over there. The major of the action will happen on the B bomb side, where Pov gets overrun by Angel. The smoke was way too late and he got caught with a grenade in his hands as well. Now it's a 5v4 retake situation for the CTs, but they are very far away and they still have 2 terrorists inside the A bomb site who could potentially backstab the whole CT squad, who is now crammed up in front of the B bombs. That they are trying to get some control over there, but now they spot the footsteps. Schneider with a nice frag to save his teammates' backs, but there's another one coming up, and it's Kucha. Kucha disposes of one, and in the meantime, HellRaisers took care of the rest, who was trying to get into the bomb site. Firm grip on the pist round by the Ukrainian squad slash Kazakh squad, and HellRaisers with the first round on the board. Property have put 4 players on the A bomb set, which is kind of a gamble, of course. They trusted Pov to smoke off the terrorists on the B banana, but it just didn't happen. POV's timing was a little bit off. It is of course unlucky for the CTs if their timing is that 1 second could have saved POV's life and could have saved the round for Property as well. But like that, HellRaisers just stormed in, Angel taking point, and there was nothing the CTs could do against that from that point on. Now HellRaisers with the SMGs and a Tech 9 for Angel over there, a 5.7 for Doja. On the other side, the CTs with the upgraded pistols as well, 5.7s for Sandy and Berg. On the other side, we have a CZ75 for Schneider and a Deagle for Twist. So quite some weaponry in the round, but HellRaisers decide to utilize the SMGs as it is, as I said before, shifting the balance of the second round around a little bit. Before, when the Tech 9 wasn't nerfed and the SMGs weren't altered, it looked a little bit unbalanced. Now POV shows that the P250 is just as unbalanced as any other pistol in the game. Adren with a refrag on the A bomb site, but now it's a 2v4 already. Mu and Adren are in the A bomb site, but Berg is still there with a 5.7 headshot for Adren. It makes it a 1v4. Mu is now caught in between the CTs, and POV is there. He ran all the way from the B bomb site to take down Mu with the Tech 9 that he picked up. Great job by Property, upsetting the terrorists, even though the terrorists had the SMGs, they were too slow, and POV with that surprise double kill on top of Banana, of course, shifting the momentum in favor of his team early on in the round. Then HellRaisers tried to get to the A bomb set as fast as possible, but they were put to a stop by the CTs. Now, Property with 2 rifles, a FAMAS and an M4, and a pure aggression by Twist. They're disposing of Mu and Adren. Schneider now finds himself the kill onto Kuche in Apartments, makes it a 2v5. Angel and Doja already tagged up to 41. Doja probably can't do anything anymore if POV has his angles covered there. And she goes down without any problems. Now it's Doja alone in Banana. He can try to ambush somebody, but POV has his number all the way. He makes up for the small timing mistake that he made in the first round and put himself up to a 5-1 score, winning the 2 rounds for Property. Good job by POV making up for his mistake. And HellRaisers are left scratching their heads. We had the pistol in the back, we had the SMGs, then we were rumped to the floor by POV. HellRaisers now with the rifle by, of course, 4 AKs, 1 Galil. The CTs were hesitating to upgrade their pistols and their rifles and the SMGs that they have picked up from the previous rounds. Berg with an Uzi, and the rest of the squad with the decent rifles, so they need to do their job. Adren and Kuche with a team kill on the A bomb site, opens up then onto Berg, gets the frag, makes it a 4v3, but it could be a 5v3, and this would have been the round for HellRaisers already. Now Property still have the chance to come back into this round if they find an early frag. They could get in there, but they probably won't do it, and they probably won't go all out on this round. They want to have the rifles for the next rounds, and they want to save the equipment. POV with the armor and the defuse kit, quite a few nades as well, so there's a lot of money to be saved by Property. Twist just stays on site, tries to squeeze out another frag and manages to do that against Adren, but the round will go to HellRaisers, no question about that anymore. 2-2. The game is starting off quite tense, and I believe that it's going to be like that on Mirage as well. The odds on CSGO launch, though, favor HellRaisers right now with a 59%, 60% in favor of HellRaisers now, and 40% in favor of Property. I still think that Property have what it takes to take down HellRaisers, especially if Twist and Schneider are up on their shape, you know, on form and on point in this game. There is no stopping Property anymore. Now, second rifle round coming up. The CTs need that in the bag, otherwise they could hit a precarious situation where they can't afford to buy up anymore, and it would be the next round. Look at the money, 50 bucks only for the top fragger POV, and HellRaisers already banged up. Angel with 32 HP, Doja on 76, and the terrorists still taking their time. 1 minute on the clock. They still haven't figured out where to go. They didn't get the early frag, so now they need to line up an execution, and it looks like they are going for the A bomb site. Adren and Kucha are in the apartments already. Moo has lined up the smoke. Doja is headed towards middle as well. Angel is just left on top of Banana to play the decoy to keep the CTs busy over at the smaller bomb site, and the rest of the squad will execute on A against 3 CTs. Sandy in connector and 2 CTs on the bomb site. One of them on the balcony. It's Schneider with a double kill. He takes on Moo, and Adren Berg helps him out with 1, and Sandy moves in from the connector area to get himself 1 on the board as well, suddenly leaving Angel alone on the HellRaisers squad, and it's a 1v5 situation. He's got 12 seconds on the clock. He needs to hide away, try to save his weapon for the next round and reset that mindset. In HellRaisers, they wasted quite a lot of time to figure out where to go. The CTs just didn't show, so there was nothing to be picked up by HellRaisers. And in the end, they just ran into the crossfire. Basic fragging for Schneider. He was just up on the railing, a default position basically for a CT, and he got himself 2 easy and quick frags on the A bomb site, accompanied by Berg. Quick round for Property. 3-2. They are back on the board, and now HellRaisers need to save. They have that AK in the hands of Angel. He needs to make something magical happen, and he's going for the B bomb site right now. He's flashed in there. Well, team flash, I believe. Angel with the frag, Twist with the refrag. Now the CTs have 2 players over at the B bomb site, 2 on the A bomb site. So the defenses on the A bomb site got weakened by that only frag for the terrorists, and Doja was able to pick up that AK. Doja with the AK and another rifle captured by Adren, but Doja gets killed by Twist. And the CTs can rotate Schneider back to the A bomb site. You see that they have pulled 2 players over to the B bomb site until they got that frag. And then Schneider is headed back to the A bomb site to accompany his teammates over there. Now Twist is left alone against Adren and Moo, who are headed his way. Adren with a headshot opens up the bomb site. Now the terrorists need to be quick. They need to plant the bomb before the CTs can rotate. Otherwise, all the flashes and the Molotovs will get troublesome for the terrorists, to say the least. Adren wastes some time cleaning up the bomb site. Basic job to do before he puts down the bomb. Now he fires away a few shots, tags down Sandy to 12, but Berg is there to help his teammate out a little bit. Better 1v2 now, 1v1 situation. Kucha with full HP, but only a P250 against Sandy, who's got some equipment to work with, and 12 HP, and he burns Kucha alive as Kucha was trying to push for Sandy. He was standing in the flames, and it was not happening for Kucha. The 1v1 was played quite nicely by Sandy there. Kept his cool, used his equipment, and made it happen for Property. A very close round though by HellRaisers, thanks to the opening frag by Angel. And then Adren, of course, with the rifle that they have captured in Banana. He opened up the B bomb site. Cash in the bank for the terrorists. Now they can buy up everything they want to. And they're doing that, all the equipment, but no AWP in play as of yet. Seems like the nerf has weakened the AWP players in the squads, and they don't want to pick it up right now. Schneider and Twist, for example, have been the 2 for Property to pick up the scope, and they have dealt massive blows to their opponents in the previous matches. Now I don't know if they just don't want to go for it, or maybe they just don't feel like it. Pov and Twist don't need the AWP to close out that somewhat small push on the B bomb site. They had 4 players over there, but HellRaisers couldn't push through. They were stopped in the tracks. Now they need to pull their players around, and they decide to put 2 on the A bomb site, and 1 still hangs out in Banana. They try to sell another fake on the A bomb site to draw the CT's attention over there, and then get a bomb plant on B at least. It looks like that's going to be their plan, or go for a B split even. They're lining up on A long. They could push through against Sandy. Sandy needs to pick up those 2 frags against Moo and his companion, and Moo gets out on top of Sandy with a headshot. Pov though keeps hold of his position, drops the bomb. 16 seconds on the clock. It won't be enough for HellRaisers. They can push through CT spawn, but it's not going to be that easy for them. Twist closes out Moo. It's Kucha alone in CT spawn, and even though the CTs are not completely aware of his whereabouts, they can roughly guess that he's in CT spawn as well, and they will try to get him after the time runs out, and they do it. Pov takes him out. Kucha now sitting at $300. That's a huge blow to the terrorist economy, and they need to save, obviously, after giving away those 3 rounds in a row. Only 3 bomb plants in there. No, 1 bomb plant. I'm confused a little bit. Sorry. 1 bomb plant in only 3 rounds. Not enough money for the terrorists to work with. They still get a few frags in the early stages of this round. Property once again went for the full-out aggression down into middle. They picked themselves up 3 kills, but they got replied by Moo with a double kill. And he only had a pistol to work with. So the terrorists can already feel happy with those 2 kills in the back. If they could plant the bomb, it's going to be a huge bonus for them. But the CTs fell back into the positions. They left 1 in banana and 2 are on A long, so they are fairly close to each other. They can rotate quite quickly. And HellRaisers is just burning time off of the clock. They trying to find a CT hanging around. Of course, the terrorists need to recapture all the areas that the CTs have gained in that early aggressive move. And they are wasting quite a lot of time with that move. Of course, HellRaisers pushing up to the B bomb site. They made their presence known already, and now they need to go through the smoke. They can't afford to wait any longer. Kucha is flashed to death, gets taken out by Pov. It's a 1v3 now. Moo is falling back again, allowing the CTs to get additional bodies on the bomb site. And even though he flashes out, Pov is blind, almost taken out, but Sandy gets him out of that situation. Makes it 6-2 in favor of Property on the CT side. 8 rounds played. Still 7 to go. HellRaisers don't need to worry too much. They could have done better, but they are not out of this first half yet. Now the first AWP in the hands of Schneider, and a team tag courtesy of Moo onto Doja takes him down to 89. That allows for a quick headshot of the CTs, but HellRaisers with a 4-man B strategy trying to take control of that area of the map, sending Kucha in a little bit delayed to keep an eye on middle and keep Property from playing that aggressive move once again. Now HR just moving into the B bomb site. The first frag courtesy of Angel, but Pov stands his ground. Oh, he gets himself a frag, and in the meantime Sandy stepped up as well. Pov with a 3k accompanied by his teammate. Sandy from CT spawn helped him out in great fashion. Good crossfire by the CTs. Kucha is once again the last man standing. He comes in late to the bomb site. He was the guy to hang back in middle and have an eye on the CT's rotation, and Sandy will dispose of him, no problem. 7-2 for Property. Another weapon round, another chance wasted for HellRaisers. And even though I said they don't need to worry too much right now, they should have at least have a few closer rounds. At the moment, they are not actually putting the pressure on the CTs. There are no 2v2 situations or something like that. Kucha was in 1v1 situation, but Sandy handled that perfectly. And HellRaisers overall looked like they just lacked the early entrance frags, and that's Property's defensive play. Look at that. The CTs give away all the middle positions. They have smoked it off right now, but Twist and Pov are playing very defensively on the B bomb site, and now Property with the early frag by Schneider on Adren, then gets tagged by Kucha, who only has 2 HP. Doja though with another frag on the A bomb site swiftly cleans that up. There's still 1 in the pit, and finally Doja takes him out, but he's down to 22 HP now. Twist burns 1 alive. He's firing up against the other one, and Moo goes down. 2v2 situation thanks to Twist, whose teammate just got killed. It's a 2v1 now. Twist with 36 HP, a Molotov cocktail to work with. But Doja and Angel have a good setup. 1 in the apartments and 1 in graveyard. Twist has the right guess. He checks out apartments and he could get the kill there, but Angel is prepared for that. Good headshot off the AK. Will dispose of him, and another round for HellRaisers. Finally, they're giving away 5 rounds in a row. They are back on the board, and it took them quite some time. Now they had those entry frags. Angel with the first, and Doja was in there with 2 as well. And just because of those hits that they got, they opened up the round. It wasn't necessarily strategically planned or something like that. It was just move in, get those headshots. At one point we need to get that, and it seems like HellRaisers have been patient with their aim. They are slowly warming up, and now they need to follow it up with another round to make the CTs save even. Just not enough money for the CTs, so if they lose it, they must be saving, and HellRaisers could make it 7-5, which would be a good scoreline on Inferno on the terrorist side. Let's see if they can do it. First aggression in Banana, just holding on to that. Doja firing off a few shots into the smoke while guessing and just making his presence known for the CTs, so they stay over at the B bomb set and they are not rotating to A quickly or something like that. But it looks like the bomb will move up to Banana as well, and it won't be another A go, but another B execution. HellRaisers have hit that bomb site quite often already, but Pov was always there, accompanied by Sandy, of course, from CT spawn. They held everything together for the CT squad. This time it's Twist and Pov over there, and on the B bomb site. Doja is moving in. The smoke is there for the CT spawn, and one catches the headshot already. It's Adren to fall down to Twist. Doja with the refrag, and the CTs have been smoked off quite nicely by the HellRaiser squad. They now just need to put down the C4 and hold on to that in a 4v4 retake situation. Moo is down to 40 HP already, but so is Pov. And now the CTs are just gathering their forces in CT spawn. They're preparing that retake. They don't necessarily have the money to lose that round. And Doja and Angel rack up 2 quick frags, make it a 3v2 situation thanks to Schneider's refrag. But now Schneider is spotted already, and he's fired upon by Moo, who gets the kill as well, 1v3. Pov is, as I said, down to 34 already, and Doja has no problems at all. 3 kills for him. HellRaisers with a 4th round on the board, and Property needs to save. So it was not the best decision for Property. They wasted quite a lot of time to get all their players into CT spawn, and they didn't have anyone to push from Banana. So HellRaisers could focus all their 4 rifles on the CT spawn basically. And, well, Property wasted quite a lot of time. Then they ran out into the open. They got closed out by Moo and Angel. And if they had saved those 4 rifles, they could have tried again in this round. Like that, they are now saving. And even though Pov gets the first frag, Angel is there to reply, makes it a 4v4. Spots Twist, forces the CTs to rotate a few players to the B bomb site. And HellRaisers are resetting their strategy. They are, you know, they got the first trade. They now have some information to work with. Angel gathers even more information as Kucha takes out Schneider. Patient play by Kucha to stay around and just hold on to the backs of his teammates. 2v4 now. The CTs have control of B, but the terrorists in the meantime have captured A. And Angel is still hanging around in Banana. 3 kills for him. And 5 rounds for HellRaisers. Property now losing the edge thanks to those 2 rounds that HellRaisers have strung together, force the CTs to save, and they are already on 5 rounds. So the Ukrainian side can feel quite happy with the outcome of the first half already. And if Property can't put a stop to the terrorist roll, they might run into some problems later on in this match if they, you know, in the second half, if they can't win the pistol or can't win the first rifle round, Property will probably feel the pressure mounting. Now Adren with the first frag, another one to follow it up in apartments. Good job by HellRaisers to open up the A bomb site. Property have lost their balance. Sandy tries to get it back with a kill onto Doja through the smoke. 4v3. Almost counted out Adren with 27 HP, but he definitely can put up a fight with those remaining HP points. HellRaisers though still not on the A bomb site. They put Angel into the balcony, and he gets a frag into the back of Sandy, who was not quite sure what the HellRaiser squad were trying to do right there. They got 2 frags in apartments, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they will go to the A bomb site. So Sandy was on the look for some terrorist action, and he found it. So is Pov with a kill onto Moo, but the CTs know there's no way of retaking that bomb site anymore. They are already on the save. Twist just lines up the exit frag, and Pov is running away with his rifle as well. HellRaisers will make it 7-6 against another rifle round. quick 2 frags in apartments. Then Sandy was left alone on A, and he kind of tried to do the right thing and try to find out where the terrorists are going, because, you know, HellRaisers had quite a few people on top of Banana throughout the past rounds. Property expected them to still have 2 players on B, so they didn't want to rotate. Sandy was sent out to find the information, but he turned his back to balcony, and that was his death wish. So HellRaisers closing the gap to only 1 round and looking good right now. Moo picks up the AWP, but so is Twist, still saving it from the round before. He's down to 10 HP, however, and the CTs with a 4-man stack on the A bomb site, reminding me of the pistol round. Let's see if this turns out in their favor or not. HellRaisers have 4 players on the A bomb site as well, so it could be a standoff shooting. But as soon as the Ukrainian squad finds out where the CTs are at, they will probably rotate back to B. See if Kuche can get a glimpse of anyone in the apartments. He's just holding control of carpet. Just wants to have control over that, so in the later stages of this round, HellRaisers can quickly push up over there without worrying about a CT that might be peeking over there or something like that. So HellRaisers on the short execution, 2 from short, 2 from the apartments, and in the meantime, Angel tries to keep the CTs busy on the B bomb side. Twist with a good shot onto him. Moo, another one to follow it up onto Doja. Good job by Twist to close out the terrorists on their initial push. Now Schneider is in position to push them in the back, but Kuche disposes of Twist at Rent, cakes out Schneider, but in the meantime, Berg holds on to the bomb site from Pit with his FAMAS and an incendiary nade. He kind of rips the terrorist apart. And Angel is now the last man pushing in from middle, trying to get the bomb planted. At least he's got 9 seconds to work with. He needs to be quick, and he's not going to be quick enough. He can't find those frags in time anymore. He's cramped in, and Property are back on the board. 8-6. Last round of this first half between HellRaisers and Property. Of course, sponsored by Twitch and Steel Series, brought to you by Dreams Media, and I'm Debu from Germany. So welcome everybody who tuned in late. This game was almost on time, and HellRaisers was a little bit late on the server, as you can see yourself. They gave away 7 rounds before they managed to pull up their own streak of 6 rounds. Well, not 6 in total, 6 in total, 4 round streak for them. Now Schneider with the first frag over at the A bomb site, making it a 4v5. HellRaisers still spread out throughout the whole map. 2 players over at B. Angel sent in to get the first frag. He draws out a few grenades, at least some economical damage in quotes dealt by HellRaisers. They force a smoke, so they can now set up their own smoke push into the B bomb site. If there is another CT rotating now with a smoke, which is the case, Schneider is now around, and he re-smokes the B entrance, and that's something that will slow down HellRaisers quite a few seconds, and they need to delay that push, making it hard for them to get the bomb down. If they lose the bomb carrier, for example, Moo only has 48 HP, so he needs to watch out to not fall to a stupid grenade or something that is tossed around. Doja and Sandy trade frags. Now Pop in a close quarter combat. He takes down one, but Angel takes him out with the AK, accompanying Doja on the push. Doja just leaps through the flames, gets a bomb plant as well, but he's getting tagged by the CTs from construction site, and Angel doesn't know that there's somebody creeping up into his back as Sandy burns through the flames of Doja. It's a 2v2 situation now. Angel is in the pool. He can take care of Banana, but he doesn't. As Berg moves in, he gets a headshot, makes it a 1v2. Schneider is down to 6 HP. Doja is still holding on to the bomb site. He needs to pick up another one, and he does it. Schneider and Berg both go down, and Doja wins the round for HellRaisers. 4 kills for him. He seems to be back in his shape that he had in 1.6. He was a monster, and kind of had his ups and downs throughout CSGO. HellRaisers happy to have him around today. He had quite a few 3K rounds, and now the 4K to finish it off with a 1v2. Great effort by Doja. 8-7 now in favor of the Swedish side of Property, but now they are on the terrorist side, and they didn't get the early lead that you are kind of supposed to have on the CT side. HellRaisers did a did a really good job of coming back in the second half of the first half. Now, if they win the pistol round, it could get pretty grim for Property, who are on a 5-man push towards the A bomb site in the second pistol round. Let's see if HellRaisers are prepared for that. It doesn't look like it, as Berg and company are moving in with the bomb throughout a long. Schneider with the Tech 9. It might actually be a long push, and it will only be a long push, trying to catch the CTs off guard. But now they are spotted, and now the terrorists slow down. They send one through short. Unexpected move by the terrorist, but Angel has his number now. He's caught in a firefight already. Doja now tagged up, slowed down. He needs to get himself out of there. He's hidden away in the smoke and just gets him out alive. It slows down the terrorists, and now HellRaisers can collapse on the terrorist squad. They got himself the first frags already. Kucha with a double kill, and it's a 4v2, and suddenly Mu and the Dread move in to dispose of the rest of the terrorist squad. HellRaisers draw the game at 8 rounds each, and now they have both pistol rounds in the bag, but Property already upset them in the second round of the first half. Maybe the terrorists can pull up something like that again. Tech 9 for Sandy and Schneider, so they definitely have the weaponry that they are looking for. They even have the armor, but they don't have the nades to move into the bomb site, you know, by blinding the CTs or something like that. Either through smokes or flashes. They need to find those headshots, and they need to do it really quick before they get hosed down by those SMGs. Doja with the MP7 going down to Schneider. Twist with one as well. Suddenly Angel steps it up with 3 kills against Schneider and company, completely hosing down the B push by the terrorist, making it a 2v3, keeping his squad alive. And now he needs to watch out. Sandy is on the hunt, and he gets a headshot as well, capturing the B bomb site, smoking himself into the grill area to plant the C4. And the round is back in balance. 2v2. Twist with a P250, Sandy with a Tech 9, and he's just running and gunning, going for the reload in a bad moment, misclicking there. Mood hoses him down with the P90. Now it's a 1v2. Twist with the FAMAS. He needs to hold on to the bomb quite a few seconds longer. Moo has a defuse kit, and Kucha still has a nade, so he could toss that somewhere to draw Twist out, but Twist has his number. Moo was strafing around in the air, using his surf skills, but it's not going to happen for Twist. Kucha doesn't pick up that defuse kit, and Kucha goes for the defuse. He doesn't get the defuse in the end. Property win the round thanks to Twist slowing down the HellRaisers push in a 2v1. Good frag onto Mu, and Kucha wasn't able to pick up the defuse kit that his teammate had. He was surfing around in mid-air, and probably it fell down into the small pool area over at B. Nothing that Kucha could have done except for sticking to the defuse in the first time that he tried to do. Now Property with the edge against the CTs, who are now in turmoil. They have a FAMAS for Kucha, but he doesn't have any armor, so he should pass that rifle up to somebody else, at least in my opinion. Doja with a P250, Angel with a CZ75, and the terrorists have reinforced their buy a little bit. They have 2 MP7s, a Galil, and 2 AKs. And they got themselves the first frag as well. So the Swedes are feeling quite confident. They should be able to pick up that round. They smoke off a long and push for a short, trying to check that out, trying to get the CTs into a bad position, or maybe getting another frag before they actually execute on the A bomb site. In the meantime, HellRaisers though, they push out into Banana. Angel goes for the information play, and he does get the information that there's nobody around. The CTs are rotating to the A bomb site as Berg disposes of Kucha. Pov with another one onto Adren, and suddenly the A bomb site is clean for the terrorists to plant the bomb. Sandy with an MP7 frag in the meantime, and Angel is now rotating from Banana, but there's not much that he can do. He gets spotted and tagged down to 75. He wants to save that grenade and the CZ and the armor that he has, but the terrorists will know where he's at, and they will probably come for him, even though it's kind of a risky play for the terrorists right now. They just want to remove that equipment, and there is Berg with a spraying MP7. He hops around the corner. Angel didn't quite hit the shots that he needed to do, and it's going to be a 10-8 scoreline now for Property. Looking good for the Swedes after a shaky start. They are now on the roll. 17 frags for Pov, who is doing quite nicely right now. 15 frags for Twist. And on the other side, we have 14 for Angel and 11 for Adren. Now, Angel just popped around the corner, caught a nade down to 7 HP, and he needs to retreat instantly, giving up that position that he was in already. HellRaisers need to struggle or need to shuffle their players around. Angel gets sent to the rotation, and he's just sent in there to spot and to just try and help his teammates, but he doesn't have any equipment, so everything he could do was just spraying with his P250. It's not going to happen though, as Berg moves on to the A bomb site. He gets himself the early 2 frags. Mu and Kucha are down and out. It's a 5v3. And as I said, Angel is almost out as well with 7 HP. Anything could kill him right now, even a chicken if he runs through it. And Schneider will be that chicken with an AK. It's definitely an overkill for him, but it's a 2v5 and Property will win their 11th round. They were just trying to go for the shot, and he does get it against Schneider, even though he was hit punched and all that. Sandy now finally gets rid of Doja, and Twist takes out Adren. Schneider should have gotten that frag against Doja in bottom of middle, but sometimes in those seemingly easy exchanges, you take yourself back a little bit too much, and then you find out, oh, he hit 2 headshots in a row. Bad luck for me. Property with a 3-round gap between them and HellRaisers, but the Ukrainian squad are back on rifles, and they have the need to do something, you know. They are now feeling bad about their CT play. They need to get something on the board, and as soon as they do, they need to try and stay on top of that. But at the moment, they're just giving up those early frags, and then Property can take it slow. They can set up their strategy. Doja losing an exchange, going down to 16. Still winning it in some sort of way, taking out Schneider over there, but the CTs are crippled already, losing Kucher. It's a 2-2 split for them, and the terrorists have 4 players to push into A. Mu needs to step it up right now for his squad. He gets the first frag onto Twist. Now he's in a precarious situation. He doesn't want to re-peek, but he kind of needs to, and he does do it in the end. He goes to work onto Pov, then Sandy puts him down. It's a 1v2. As HellRaisers try to hang on to the A bomb set, Sandy says, oh, okay, I will rotate, no problem for me. Angel will do the same, and they will meet up in the CT spawn alley if Sandy does make his move. He's moving around, he got a smoke to work with, he's tagged up, and Angel will just keep spraying through the smoke. Lucky guess for him, but he's on point, and Sandy is down. HellRaisers with the second CT round on the board, making it 11-9, but Property still have enough money for at least this one. And the Ukrainian squad need to overcome another struggling rifle round. They weren't looking too good, but somehow they just made it happen in the round, as Mu just held on to his angle. Those 2 frags on A short were majorly effective and much needed for his squad. Let's see if Property can adjust to the CT's play right now. HellRaisers with a 4-man stack on the A bomb side already, and Property with the early play into middle. Sandy is there already, but Mu gets the better of him. Makes it a 5v4. Berg is down to 72, and Angel does get a double kill in the A bomb side, and Adren gets disposed of by Twist. It's still not decided yet. Pov and Twist against 4 CTs, and Pov will move forward with his teammate. Twist keeps hold on middle and kind of keeps that area under control for his teammate to move up, and there they are. Pov and Twist are together again. They still have 45 seconds on the clock, and Mu will be the next to face off against them. Pov gets a frag, makes it a little bit easier for the guys to push into the A bomb site as Twist spots one, and Pity does get the grenade out in that moment. Kucha could have re-peeked, and Kucha did re-peek and got the frag, makes it a 2v1. Pov puts down the bomb, tries to get the better of Kucha, but he is there with a headshot from Pit. Kucha, amazing play right now to hold on to the A bomb site and keep it under control for his team. Doja comes in with the defuse, and even though Kucha should have been rewarded those points, it's 11-10. HellRaisers coming closer and closer after that 3-round streak by the terrorists. The CTs are now back on track. They need to get their economy rolling, however. It's not looking too good right now for them. So if Property win this round, the CTs would be back on a save. And the same goes for the terrorists. So it is a do or die situation. Property might have the chance to make it 13-10. On the other side, HellRaisers might have the chance to make it 12-11. Let's see where this is going. Angel gives up the first frag to the terrorists already. HellRaisers are playing quite aggressively. They want to have those early peaks at the start of the round. At the moment, though, Property seems to be better at taking down the first fights. Now Kucha with the first frag on the A-bombster, but he runs out of bullets. Sandy disposes of him rather easily. Adren caught in a firefight. He gets out on top of that. Sandy is down. It's a 3v3 situation. Schneider plants a bomb, takes out his Tech 9 and takes out Adren with that. It's a 2v3 now. Schneider still hanging around with that Tech 9, tossing his equipment at the CTs, trying to slow them down. And HellRaisers realize that there's no point in pushing in against the three terrorists that are probably in good after plan positions already, and they are forced away to the B bomb site. Property will make it 12-10, and despite the fact that I said the team that loses this round needs to save, HellRaisers saves 2 rifles, and that could allow them to get some equipment rolling for them. Let's see what they decide to do. They want to keep the pressure up on their opponents, and they try to do that with Angel and a FAMAS. They toss around a few rifles. They pass it on to each other. And Mu ends up with the M4A1. 2 FAMASs for Angel Adren. And Doja with the M4A4. Kucha with a Nova. So the CTs forced up that quite nice looking buy, but they lack the grenades. And that's a major factor on Inferno. The smoke grenades are so important to slow the terrorists down on top of Banana, for example, in middle, or at any choke point in the map, basically. HellRaisers lack those smokes. If Property play it slow, if they force out those smokes, they could have an easy entry to either bomb site. And at the moment, the Swedes are doing a good job of forcing out those smokes. The CTs only have 1 more left, and it's going to be on Adren. Let's see where that smoke is. Adren is on the A bomb site in apartment, so he can't actually use that smoke to that much effective. Oh, he just tosses it into apartments to cover Kucha and allow Kucha to go in with his shotgun. The terrorists, however, are on the B bomb site, and they have 4 people stuck up on there. Twist tries to sell a somewhat weak fake on the A bomb site, but wow, Doja just runs out. He tags down 2. Berg with the refrag, but Angel is still there. Angel with a headshot onto Schneider. It's a 4v1 now, thanks to another frag of Angel. And Mu is there with a quick rotation. Great job by HellRaisers, upsetting Property. And that force buy by the Ukrainian squad definitely paid off for them. Now Property in a bad economical situation. They're going for the Tech 9s, but HellRaisers have the chance to draw this game at 12 each. They have reinforced Kucha with an AK. He dropped his Nova, and they still have the 2 FAMASs for Adren and Doja. Now Angel with the first peek sees 1 terrorist approach. He slows him down. Adren does the same in middle, so now the terrorists are cramped in. And they need to slow down for the moment, just waiting for the smoke to clear, figuring out where to go, maybe finding an opening somewhere. And that opening might be on the apartments as Twist decides to pull back. He forced out the smoke of the CTs, and now Property is moving through the smoke into the A bomb site already. Sandy with the tag onto Mu. It's 17 HP remaining for him. Angel comes in to replace his teammate, and he gets himself 2 frags, then gets overwhelmed by the terrorist forces. They are just swarming into the CT spawn. There is still a 2-and-1 split for the terrorists. 1 is still in apartments as Kucha tries to draw out the terrorists. He gets himself the 2 kills that were much needed in the CT spawn. If Kucha went down over there, everything would have been open for the terrorists to take. They could have either pushed the B bomb site or went back to A, depending on the player that was hanging back in apartments. But luckily for the CTs, Kucha took his time. He reset his aim, and he got himself the 2 kills. 12-12 now. HellRaisers are staying alive in this matchup. Now Schneider has an AWP in hand. Property trying to do whatever they can to stop the CTs from getting control of the match. And right now HellRaisers still have 2 FAMASs. that gate is slowly but surely closing for Property. If HellRaisers get more money in the bank, they could get out of control. And if Property don't manage to eliminate the CTs and win the round right now, I could see HellRaisers take the first map over here. Now Property with a 3-man stack in apartments, and 2 are left behind in middle and bottom of banana. So not quite sure what they are up to. Maybe now heading to the A bomb set against the 4 CTs. It's going to be a major standoff. But they are just moving forward, not actually going for the A-bomb set. Angel fires away, finds himself the kill. The CTs are falling back to the defensive positions, but the terrorists are making their way into top of banana, where only Adren is holding right now. Reinforced with Angel, as Angel went for the quick rotation. Property is slowed down by the incendiary grenade. Great play by the CTs to slow them down even further, calling in for additional replacements. The CTs have now 3 players over at the B-bomb site. Berg with the first, Angel though with a double kill. Heads back into the deeper parts of the bomb site as he gets killed by Sandy. Mu is there to get the refrag, and it's a 1v3. Schneider with 7 seconds on the clock. He's got the bomb, but he can't get away anymore. Adran is coming in from behind already, and HellRaisers take it and make it 13-12. The terrorists need to save again. Property are running out of options right now. The Ukrainian squad kind of found their balance on the CT squad, and Mu finds himself Berg in middle, but it's only a save round for the terrorists, so the frag was good but not majorly important for the CTs. Adren though gets the better of Schneider in a short. Another one for Adren. Now he needs to hide away. 15 HP remaining. He lets Kucha take over, and Kucha drops the bomb carrier. Sandy is now last man standing in top of middle. And Kucha, as if he hadn't got the smoke or X-ray enabled, he gets the frag without any problems. 14-12. HellRaisers pulling away. 2 rounds between them and Property, and now their money is out of hand. 9,600 for Kucha, 6k for Mu and Adren. Looking good for now. HellRaisers can definitely buy up a few rounds in succession before they are going down to save. So Property need to string together basically all the rounds that are left. They don't have too much room to play with HellRaisers on the verge of making it to match point. Only 1 more round for them, and they are looking at least an overtime. So HR trying to go for the defensive playing style. They have 3 over at A short and 2 on the B bomb side. Property still fighting against the smoke basically. There's not much else to do right now. They're just spraying through that, trying to put a bullet into one of the CTs. At the moment only Angel is tagged up to 53. Property swings back around into middle, trying to set up that A execution, and an a B split would be perfect right now. There is nobody around to help the teammates. The rotation would be really slow, or even a normal B go would be good as well. As Adren steps it up, gets himself 2. Sandy and Pov answer, make it a 3v3 again, but Pov is now down to 21 HP. He needs to watch out. He gets a kill onto Mu. What a stellar headshot that was on balcony. 2v3 situation right now. The CTs have 1 player close by already, but he needs to wait for Angel to rotate. It's Doja. Will he take it in his own hands or wait for his teammate? He will probably realize that the round is lost already and they are just going in for some exit frags. That's exactly what they are doing, and Doja could get the back of Twist. Twist makes his presence known as at least. And now Doja missing those shots there. Oh, Twist punishes him for that and says, you know, Doja, that's how you do it. Just click the head. 3v1. Angel is trying to get away from the bomb and save his weapon, but Pov was not able to do the same. So Property lose 1 player in the process of winning that round. It kind of is, you know, you could avoid something like that. But it doesn't matter at the moment. Property can't waste any rounds anyway. So, you know, the argument of if he had saved that weapon, they could have bought up if they lost the next round or something like that, it doesn't actually apply right here, because Property wants to have a 16-14 win. And they're certainly not hoping for an overtime or something like that. HellRaisers are on the same track, however, and they only need to win 2 rounds. So it is a little bit easier for the Ukrainians to pick up that win right now. But considering the weaponry, the CTs are stacked to the max. So are the terrorists. They are tossing around the equipment right now, and the CTs are in firm control of the bottom of Banana, so now they can pull away a few players, but they don't do it. Moo is left alone in the A bomb site, and Twist will get him standing out in the open. There's no chance for Moo to hide away anywhere, and HellRaisers will waste a chance to make it 15-13 and allow Property to draw the game at 14 again. Angel and Doja on the save, and Property were just moving into the A bomb site. HellRaisers were not positioned as good as they should have been. And especially that B control play is really good, but please don't put 2 players over there. Even though Property pushed through that smoke quite a few times, HellRaisers had 2 players over at the bottom of Banana, and there is no way to fast rotate to the A bomb site from that point. So the terrorists moved in really swiftly, got themselves the kills, and there was not much HellRaisers could do from that point on. So 14-14 right now. The terrorists are back on track. As I said so many times, the teams are just trading momentum right now. HellRaisers still squeeze out that buy. It's their last hope of achieving anything in this game. Otherwise, Property will probably make it 16-14. And it's up to the terrorists to make something happen. Angel with the first kill. It was quite a long time since HellRaisers picked up that first frag in any of the rounds. It was mostly Property to find the early kills. And now HellRaisers can fall back, and now they are doing what I said before. They have 1 player on the B bomb side and they don't have 2 over there. So they have that 4-man stack. They are forcing Property to make it happen on A. And they are reinforcing their defenses over there as well. As the terrorists are moving in from Boiler Room, they have 2 players in middle already controlling that. Now Berg with a mad spray through the flash and the smoke. He goes to work on Angel, finding the head, somehow taking him out, making it a 4v4. Now the CTs need to rotate their last B defender as well, and Property are aware of that. They know what's happening on the CT side right now, and they are drawing the bomb back to the bottom of Banana. They will rotate to the B bomb side. What a great play by Property right now, just playing around with HellRaisers as if they were puppets. They are just directing them, you know. Rotate 1 player to the A bomb side, let's make it happen. Oh, we want them to go back to the B bomb side, let's make it happen. Doja and Berg trading frags over there, drawing it back to a 3v3. Doja at least keeps his squad in the round right now. As the bomb goes down, the CTs are moving in with 2 players from CT spawn and 1 from Banana, and Moo already catches a few bullets. 17 HP remaining. He puts down Schneider to 33, however, and he almost goes for the kill. Oh, Moo actually got the frag through the flash. There is a Dren ringing off a few shots onto Pov, who's down to 78 right now. Berg needs to hold on for his teammate. He needs to get that kill done, but Kucher is there now. Pov with a refrag. It's a 2v1 situation. The bomb is ticking fast and faster. Pov racks up another frag, and he's now down and out in the open. Pov finds the kill onto a Dren. What a round by Property, making it 15-14. Hanging on to that round is Pov alone against 2 or 3. Oh my god, what a round by Property there. HellRaisers are not able to close it out, even though they had those quick early frags on the retake. And I thought Kucher would just clean it up right there, right then. 15-14, Property with the chance to close it out after HellRaisers had the chance to make it to match point for a stretch of time. The CTs with a force buy, of course. Scout for Moo, M4A1 for Angel and Kucher, 5-7 for Dren and Doja. And on the other side, we have the full buy for Property. Of course, they don't need to worry about anything except winning this round right now. They even have 2 Tech 9s for Sandy and Berg to reinforce their AK. So if they run out of bullets, they would exchange the AK for the way more efficient pistol. Now, actually, Property now lining up the B execution with 5 men. The CTs don't know what is going on around the map. They are way too defensively set up. They, of course, don't have the equipment and not the rifles to expose themselves in the long distance fights right now. But Property are allowed to set up their strategy now. They are kind of dismantling that strategy again. They're going for 2 players over at the A bomb site. Mid-round call again by Property, and they're just going for the information. Look at that. Schneider and I believe it was Berg there just finding that there's nobody around the A bomb site, so they now join their teammates in the B push. There is Bob with a good frag onto Doja, but Angel replies straight away. It's a 4v4. Angel needs to get more, and he does get 3 headshots onto Twist and Sandy. It's a 2v3. HellRaisers stay alive in this round as Moo moves in with the scout. He gets the kill onto Schneider. It's a 1v3. The CTs just need to wait a little more. They need to be on the bomb site. They need to find the trade as Berg goes down to Kuche. HellRaisers stay alive and draw it to the overtime. What a great match to start it off against HellRaisers and Property. We had quite a break in the Go Champions League, but this game is kicking it off decently, to say the least. So we will see an MR5 16k start money, if I'm not mistaken. And Kuche just goes for a quick reconnect to not have any problems. Let's take it through the frags. 28 frags for Angel. He did a really great job, but actually nobody's hanging behind. Doja with 15. You could argue he could do more, but he won a very important round with that 4k on the terrorist side, so I won't take anything away from him. 27 for Pov. He made one mistake, and it was in the very first round. He had his grenade out and he threw it 1 second too late. But that's all. No more mistakes by Pov. He just kept it alive for his team. He pulled through and he was just doing great. Twist with 20 frags as well, finding his way back. And Schneider on 11. He's not as hot as you could expect him to be, but in my experience, and I've cast quite a few Property matches in the past, Schneider needs a map or a map and a half to warm up, and then he's kicking it off. So let's see if Property will have Schneider available in the overtime, or if he lets Pov and company carry him in this match. HellRaisers, though, not giving up, even though my own momentum would have been broken at that point, you know, when the terrorists picked up 3 rounds in a row. I'm usually a very motivated player and all that, but I would have thought, okay, damn it, we threw it away. We will lose it 16-14. But somehow they drew it back to a 15-15. And what a great round by Angel, picking up those three kills in from dark on the approaching terrorists, then move with a scout shot that was so important for them. And it was just clicking at that moment for HellRaisers. Now let's see how long they actually take to get their players back on the server. And I welcome everybody that managed to tune in. Oh my god, I took a glimpse at the view account, and it is, I believe, my record right now. So thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoy the show as much as I do. I'm Dabu from Germany, and you're watching the Go Champions League. It is HellRaisers against Property, and the league is sponsored by Twitch and Steel Series. Of course, Dreams Media are the organization behind the whole league. And it's just amazing to see that. So I don't know if Schneider is sick. If you mean his skill, he's usually sick, yeah. But I don't know if he's got a cold or some illness or something like that. So remember to stay on the channel after that map, because there is a few giveaways and another map to come up between HellRaisers and Property. It will be Mirage, and it can't be as close as Inferno, or maybe it will. I don't know. I would probably get a heart attack if it's going to be as close as this one. But let's see how Mirage will work out. Yeah, I know, the viewer count is obviously because it's the first game and because there's nobody else streaming right now, but it's still motivating, you know. So if you have any criticism or anything, you can direct that through my social media. And it should pop up right now. No, it's not. Just because Nightbot is lazy and he's not joining my channel. There is the Nightbot, and now you can see my social media links as well. Yeah, there we go. Maroshas, how much? So let's see what happens if we let them free. Talking about the views, of course. There we go. Yeah, why not start? Kucha not here. HLTV confirmed. We don't know. I just love the Twitch chat. So Kucha has some problems, I believe, and he's just reconnecting or restarting his PC. And I don't know what the problem is right now. Thanks, Jokovsky, for the feedback. I had to scroll all the way up to see what you typed, but it was definitely worth it. So, yeah, so we are going for a small break. Then Kucha should be back on the server. And we are back with the overtime between Property and HellRaisers, just playing the advertisement so it gets tense and you are getting pumped up. And for everyone that still sees and listens to me, please disable your ad blocker. Captain Patrick, please disable your ad blocker because internet. You know the deal. If you have ever watched me, I can tell you the thing that I always say during the advertisement breaks. Pages like hltv.org all get funded by advertisements. Your favorite YouTube personality couldn't afford to put in the time if you didn't watch his advertisements. I certainly would do the same even if you didn't watch the advertisements, but I'm just asking you a favor. Disable it for the sake of the internet and for the sake of free information. You know, because advertisement gives us the opportunity to put stuff out there. And if you don't watch the advertisements, we can't do that anymore because we have to work. And that is, you know, work is always bad. Captain Patrick, yeah, I will check it out after the stream. I'm 26 years old to answer the question. And Brixel Drixel #1 asked for a shout out. Thanks, Lixic, but you're subscribed, so you don't need the ad blocker anymore. So, thanks for the feedback. Let's head to the overtime. Property and HellRaisers. I don't know what the players are thinking right now. It's an online game, and they are going toe to toe. They are not giving up. They are definitely up for the challenge, and they want to show you guys who is the better team and who's the better squad. And HellRaisers trying to do that with an AWP for Mu in the first round of the MR5 overtime. And as you can see, it's 16k start money. And Adren already finding the first one onto Sandy in apartments. Not checked thoroughly by the terrorists. And they give up the first victim to the CTs. Now they fall back. They got the first sting in like a wasp. They are moving back into their nest. And Adren finds himself another one onto Pov. Same kind of thing. Adren from the graveyard. That is a controversial position. But he was not in the default position. So that is why Pov didn't see him when he was moving into the balcony. Adren with that kill makes it a 5v3. Looking good for HellRaisers to start off into this overtime. They definitely need the momentum and they need to start off on that kind of floating ship. They don't want to already have water in their boat when they start the overtime and they are busy shipping it out, you know, just everybody hands full trying to stay alive. It's not going to be good in the overtime like that. They are now giving up a frag, but Kucha is there to reply on Twist. It's a 4v2, Berg and Schneider. Schneider was lacking in the first regular playing time, so now he needs to step it up, and this is the perfect chance for him to do it. He got himself one frag. Berg wasn't able to plant the bomb, and the 4 CTs are moving in from every direction. Doja is still hesitating. Berg now finds a few bullets. He gets a kill onto Angel, but Kucha with the instant reply. Kucha with another one, making himself hit the 3k button, and he clicks it and wins the round for HellRaisers 16-15. In the end, it was getting a little bit shaky for HellRaisers, and a lot of people have criticized Kucha for weak performances and all that, but it's just because of positioning, because of games that just don't go your way and all that, you know. I don't think that any player that is... There are a few players, but I won't name names, but I don't think that any weak performance by any player needs to actually tell anything about his skill. Look at Kucha, they're racking up 2 frags really quickly. Angel follows it up as well. It's a 2v4, now a 1v4. And Mu is there with another frag, taking out Sandy 17-15. What a quick play by HellRaisers. They completely changed their setup. They were going for the aggressive play down the middle, and they never used that strategy throughout the first throughout their own CT half. So now they have shaken up their gameplay and they are catching Property off guard. They still have a few rounds to work with, 3 more to go in this overtime in the first half. Property need at least 1, and probably they need 2. To be honest, they need 2 rounds of this overtime to make something happen and to have a shot at winning this game. If they make it 4-1 in the first half, their only hope is just to drag it to another overtime, basically. So those are already down to 30 HP. 3 players of the CTs on the B bomb side, and the terrorists are on the doorstep, but they forced away again. They know that there's too much action on the other side of the smoke, so now Mu rang off a few shots with the AWP and rotates to the A bomb side. Kind of the basic play for an AWP player, to find a position for the start of the round and then fall back to another position so the enemy is actually guessing where he might be. And Property are now keeping the CTs on their toes as well. They are re-rotating like mad from middle to banana again, then from banana to middle and the other way around to finish off the round as Moog goes into the middle, takes out Pov, makes it a 4v5, and the rest of the terrorists are now caught in between the CT squad. Angel and Adren combine themselves with 2 frags, but Schneider is there and he steps it up, takes down 2 as Twist moves in with 1 as well. It's a 2v2 situation, but Doja has them lined up perfectly and nobody checked that corner. They were under too much stress. They didn't think that there would be another CT inside the bomb site. HellRaisers with another cheeky play, completely reconfiguring their setup and having 3 players at the B bomb site initially definitely fooled the terrorists in the later stage of this round. 18-15, and now 3 rounds in a row on the overtime and 4 rounds in a row if we take the regular playing time into consideration as well. Now Angel with a cheeky tag there onto Twist. If he had an AK, Twist would be down. Now he's lucky to be alive, and he's hanging back for a second, catching his breath. 10 HP only for the AWP on Property. The rest of the squad are desperately trying to find an opening, but the CT smoke everything off. Schneider steps in forward through the spray that was sent his way and tries to answer with a few bullets of himself, but it's not happening right now. Property on the verge of entering the A bomb site. Twist is hanging back. He can't actually enter the bomb site with his teammates. He's way too slow with the AWP, and he rather stays back and, you know, puts his scope on a place where somebody got called out already. Now Schneider doesn't need a scope. He takes down Kucha with a straight headshot in pit. Mudo answers back, gets caught out in the open though by Berg. Then Adren answers back, but Sandy trades and makes it a 3v2. And there is Twist hanging back in middle with his 10 HP were enough to take out Angel. And that was just exceptional play by Twist there. He didn't find the first frag. He was taken down to 10 HP, but he used a position that was unexpected and then repositioned himself into another position that was unexpected to get himself 2 kills. And Property were winning the round, not necessarily because of Twist, but the Swedes are just coming back into the game right now. HellRaisers trying to stop them with a double AWP setup, something that we don't see too often on Inferno, but Twist takes out one of those AWPs anyway, so it's back to a 1v1 considering the scopes. 4v5, and the terrorists are hanging back. They found that early frags, and now they try to force the CTs to make a stupid move to withdraw from one bomb site maybe, or go for information, something like that. And it's looking like HellRaisers were going for another cheeky play that was unexpected, but Pov has Kucha's number. He took him out even though he only has 21 HP remaining. Now move with the answer in middle. It's a 4v3. The CTs need to hold on to the A bomb site. They only have 2 players over there. One of them is Adren, who gets taken out by Berg, and Moo is the only one around the A bomb site right now. Doja is miles away, and Moo is already forced around the corner. Now Twist walking around with that slow scope still gets him killed and makes it a 1v4. Doja he doesn't actually need to save, but he could also go for a save. Now he will probably try it because it's the last round, but you know, the chances of him making it out were rather slim, and that's why he was going down in the end. 17-18. Property managed to pull out 2 rounds after giving up 3 to the CTs, and they are still alive in this matchup. They can still do it or prolong this match into a second overtime. Let's see if HellRaisers can close it out, and quick round would be perfect now for them. They have shaken up their CT play already with that 3-man stack on B, that middle push into bottom of middle, somewhat aggressive compared to the other setups that they have in the first CT half. And then another cheeky play in A carpets, which didn't work out, but maybe they have something in store on the terrorist side for occasions like that. You know, that magic round that just gives you the round against any team in any situation. Something like that would be really good for HellRaisers right now. Kucha now opens up onto Berg, and Schneider is tagged down to 48 as well. So Property already hurt. They are slowed down, and they need to find a way out of that slump. Twist will be looking into middle. There's still smoke, but now he's got clear vision, and the terrorists are trying to avoid that place as Moo gets taken out down to 10 HP. Tries to stay hidden away from that scope, but he moves forward with the Glock in hand even. Risky play by Moo with his 10 HP. He's going balls out. Now lines up a smoke and tries to help his teammates out as much as he can, even though his range and his abilities are quite limited right now. It is still 1 man in favor of the terrorists though, and they need to use that advantage. Adren now just moves around like a crab, just spraying down Sandy there, desperately looking for the kill. Makes it a 5v3. Angel somehow snuck into the B bomb site. Quick 2 kills by him. Pov and Schneider don't have anything to say about that, as Twist is the last man standing. He's caught in CT spawn. He knows that Angel is hanging around the B bomb site, and that there's probably a bunch of players on the A bomb side. So he tries to find himself a few exits, make it as expensive as possible, and he actually picks off two, like pigeons. They fall to his rifle, and he will actually try to go for that defuse in the end. He's just faking it. He finds another kill, but he now gets burned by Moo, who gave up his life to toss that Molotov cocktail at the feet of Twist. But what a showing! Those 3 kills by Twist definitely showed what he's capable of if he wants to, and if he gets the chance to pick you off, Twist will not fail you. 19-17 now in favor of HellRaisers. They only need to pick up, let me calculate, they need to pick up 2 more rounds to win the game and close out property in the first map of this encounter. 32 frags for Angel, 28 for Pov and Twist. 25 for Kuche. Now property needs something to be happening for them, and they need to find the momentum. Schneider and Kuche trading frags in apartments. It's not necessarily the kind of momentum that I was talking about, but Twist is still there, and he found his frags in the previous round. Now Moo found him as well and makes it a 3v3 again. The bomb is not planted, however, and the CTs are already on the rotation as Angel sprays down Pov from the apartment. Cheeky play by Angel to hang around. Great lurking playing style by him right now. Sandy and Berg still trying to find those terrorists that are hiding away from the CTs. The bomb will go down, but Sandy moves around the corner. Doja is in time. He gets the frag just as Sandy was moving around the corner. Now Berg, oh, he wastes 20 bullets on Doja, and Doja still gets the kill. That shouldn't have happened. Berg was a little bit too nervous, or maybe he was feeling it would be too easy to make it in the first 3 bullets. He used 20 and then he didn't find the kill. 20-17, HellRaisers will take it away, and they have 3 match points at hand. Now huge GoTV lag. Move with the first frag. In the meantime, it was on the A bomb side, probably in middle, as the lag causes the frag to show up on the wrong position. Schneider takes out a Dren, makes it a 4v4 again, but Schneider only has 16 HP left. He needs to have Sandy cover him nicely, otherwise it could turn out awkwardly for property, especially as the terrorists are looking like they could come Schneider's way. Doja and Moo were thinking about that for a second, but Kucha in the apartments takes out Berg, makes it a 3v4 situation, and look at Pov and Angel. Angel once again just not necessarily lurking, but staying in positions that are just so off and awkward. And he takes out Pov, just surprising him, peeking out there with a weapon in his hand, saying hello and see you again. Maybe next round, as Sandy tries to stay alive for his squad. He makes it a 2v3. The bomb gets planted on the B bomb site, and Sandy only has 7. Schneider only has 16. And together they will try to make it happen, but the terrorists will... well, if they will throw it away, then they definitely didn't deserve the round. Sandy there with a nice headshot onto Moo. Angel and Doja. The Doja goes down. Angel alone against 2 CTs. And they are already on the bomb side. They could go for the defuse and cover each other. They need to hurry up, though. The bomb is ticking fast and fast. And Angel just hiding away. He's there. And Angel picks them both apart. 3 kills for him. And sealing the deal. 21-17 in favor of HellRaisers. But what a showing by Angel there, completely disposing of everything in his way. Great job by Angel. And not to take anything away from property, they played really, really nicely. In the end, though, it was maybe the experience and definitely the unexpected play on the CT side for HellRaisers to make it happen in this map.